being a college kid and like, not having enough money. So I was like, okay, let's volunteer. I have some time. And the first time I met all the volunteers, it was just really neat because a lot of volunteers that I met in 2007 are still my friends today. Like we're basically a family. And like, and funny thing, I mentioned that too because one of the volunteers that I met is actually my wife now. So yeah. So thank you, thank you. So and we have 2 kids, by the way. That's how it got started, and then I moved on up, working hard and everything. I moved on up to administrator, and here I am. So let's get started with the first 2 years of Kawaii Kon at the Ala Moana Hotel. Yeah. So funny story about. Okay, so first of all, as you may know, Kawaii Kon, how it was founded by Gamer Evolution Expo. So we had three head guys, Dan Dahlin, Marlon Tacho, and Scott Richardson. And so it happened in April 22nd to the 24th, 2005, and April 14th to the 16th, 2006. And the funny story about that is that the first year, technology wasn't as broadcasted as it is now, like with internet and like using like Twitter, Facebook, and all that stuff. It was just mostly word of mouth and newspaper. So that's how the word got around. And they did not expect to reach almost 2,000 attendees in the small Ala Moana Hotel area. Like, if you guys have been to Ala Moana Hotel, if you go up the escalator from the lobby or if you come in from Ala Moana, that area right there, that was Kawaii Kon. And it filled up, I don't know, it just filled up to the brim basically. And crazy enough, the year after the first year, it went from close to 3,000. 26, you see, 2610. So it's pretty crazy, like how the anime community was back then, how we want to all get together, is nuts. And you haven't heard of it since then, right? So you even see anything driving by or whatever?
Not that I can remember.
Anybody here been a part of or attended Kawaii Kon back in 2005 and 6? Oh,
Ooh, wow.
Nice. That's a good handful. Awesome.
Second year was my first year.
No way. Yeah. So back then we had a few good amount of guests and stuff. As you can see, some good popular names here. Like for example, with Robert De Jesus, Monica Rial, Stephanie Shea, and then in 2006, Yoko Ishida. Which I think it was interesting because we had the first Japanese guest in 2006. And then we had, again, Stephanie Stave, Vic, and then Sean, Michael Cinder Nicholas, and so forth. But let's move on to when we first reached the Hawaii Convention Center, which is 2007, which is where I volunteered and stuff. And you can see right there how the badge looked like. It was like just a piece of paper, printed paper and stuff. So, I mean, printing back then wasn't as exquisite as it is now, with the banana badge.
The humble beginnings.
Yeah, humble beginnings, right. So if you guys like your banana badge, this is how far Kawaii Kon has progressed. I mean, who knows what's it going to be like next year. So again, with this event, it went to almost 3,000 again. So it's saying something, how far we grew. And of course, we got some more guests as compared to the other years and stuff. And like Steve Bloom's first year was 2007, basically. And then now we move on to 2008. Oh, and actually, one of the highlights for the event was like the karaoke competition. 2008 was the same thing. So interestingly, 2007, 2008, and I think 2009. You guys all know that the registration booth is now downstairs, right? But what happened back then, 2006, 7, 8, and 9, just the third floor was Kawaii Kon. So the registration booth was in the middle of the concourse. So our line wasn't as long as it is today, but the line then was long enough to say like, wow, we're getting busy and stuff.
Actually, this kind of relates to Kawaii Kon, but I remember back when I was volunteering at Manoa Valley Theater.
Yeah.
every so often they would have like kind of like I guess you could call it like our version of the Emmys.
Oh, yeah.
So we would have like all of the people who's been in the musicals and plays and stuff like that, Manoa Valley Theater in that season, and they would kind of come up and get like an award or whatever, and they'd have a little speech. What's
Wow.
so funny is that I'm pretty sure it was 2008 that they had it here at the convention center. And I vaguely remember seeing a ton of people walking around in a costume, like wearing costumes and stuff. And I was like, what the heck is going on here? And I didn't think anything of it. But now that you mention it, I'm pretty sure that that was happening during Kawaii Kon. And
Probably.
we were
it
on
seemed
like we were
likely,
in
yeah.
while you guys were having your stuff, we were having our own thing at Manoa Valley Theater. So I thought I'd point that out.
Yes. Wow. That's
Crazy, right?
yeah.
The paths connect.
But as you can see, like as our guest list has grew throughout the years. But interestingly, in 2009 was the first Ask an Anime Character panel, and here's how it came about. So somebody proposed an idea of a panel for the guests that's something like, what is that tic-tac-toe game? But not what? There you go, Hollywood Squares. So that was the idea, to have the voice actor just do like Hollywood Squares and stuff like that. However, we couldn't figure out the technology, like well, with the technology we had, but we couldn't figure out how to make that game show board-like work on the screen. So we figured, why don't we just do it simple, and the attendees ask the guest as their character random question. And that's how Ask an Anime Character came about. And interestingly, in this year, I think it was this year or 2010. No, it was definitely 2009. So, funny thing this happened for this one is that like, even though it was somebody planned this out, but then they didn't know it was gonna be Ask an Anime Character. They had Vic call out somebody in the audience and say like, oh, hey, we have somebody with a surprise for you. And then the guy came out and proposed to her. So that was neat. That was during the first Ask an Anime Character event. So, yeah. 2010. So, as you can see, oh, yes, you can see the numbers, by the way. So, from almost 3,000 to about over 3,000 to 4,000 and then close to 5 in 2010. This is the first year that we expanded to the 4th floor. So, I think it was Ballroom B or A. That was our main events hall. And yeah, it was really neat to see that we've been expanding and stuff. So it's really cool. We had a good amount of like Japanese guests this time, and like Altair and Shinji Aramaki was really cool. He drew his mecha stuff from like Robotech. Okay, and in 2011, this was when we first broke the 5,000 barrier. And you can see the dates. If you can kind of see the dates and stuff, it relates to April and / May. But that's how it went. And in 2012, we went straight from 5,000 to 7,000. This was when it was like close to spring break, basically. But we had a good we started bringing in a lot more Japanese guests. So we had Yoshitaka Amano. If you guys don't know who that is, that's the Final Fantasy character designer from 1 to 9. 10 and above is somebody else, but like it was really neat too. We had the live art auction that year, and Yoshitaka Amano drew some things, and we sold it at the art auction. And I don't recall how high it went, but it went pretty high. But yeah, let's see. All right, so the year after, 2013, your first year.
Yes, my first year.
We went close to the 8,000 barrier, and it's pretty nuts. So I want to say that we had a good amount of guests here, like Todd Habercorn, and we just started to get like the voice actors that we really wanted to present. Toshio Furukawa. Want to say something?
Yeah, I remember John Young. So this was my first year. Confirmed. Not
Okay.
2016. Let's omit that.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Definitely 2013.
Okay. All right. So give me a second. So for those who don't know, by the way, the parking lot is now full.
Parking lot full.
Yeah.
So you guys are the lucky ones if you parked here.
No. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
There you go. Shh, don't tell everybody. They're gonna make it meter parking otherwise. Are you
Okay.
guys enjoying this, by the way?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You guys can like raise your hand if you guys want to share something about that year. Oh, you can come up.
Here you go. Microphone for you.
So the second Kawaii Kon was actually my first convention ever. And when I went to Vic's panel, somebody in the audience had asked him to tell the donut story. And he said, "You guys don't want to see hear the donut story again." And I was sitting in the front row, and he walked up to me and said, "You've never heard this story, right?" And I had never been to a convention. I had never heard the story. And so Vic interacted with me to see if the story would be told. So,
What a first con experience, right?
oh yeah, big time. And I can't remember anything else after that.
Hey, you know what? You interacted with Vic. That's the main thing, right? All right.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you. So, all right. So now 2014, and we had some pretty big changes this year. So attendance went up to 85,000. Oh, 8,500. Sorry, 85,000. Holy smokes. And the management changed to Dyad LLC. So now run by Faisal Ahmed and Marlon. However, Marlon passed away in 2021. Rest in peace and stuff. But just an FYI. And then we expanded to the first floor. So now we have the exhibit hall, and so basically dealer's room and artist alley downstairs this first time this year. And it's really neat. And we started to get a lot more guests too. As you can see, this is like about almost 15. So yeah, the numbers are rising. And this is the first time we had like an English voice actor that didn't really do anime. So like Jim Cummings, for example, he's the voice of Winnie the Pooh, and Pete. So it was like a Disney voice actor, basically. So think of the possibilities that we had, or we have now, 2015, this is when we broke the 10K barrier. It's pretty neat. Eru Aoi and Akira, they were our musical guests, and they were pretty cool. And then we had a couple more returning guests like Todd Abercorn. And then Rob Paulson was he's the voice of the Yakko from Animaniacs, I believe. So yeah, so like I said, getting more like English voice actors who's not really in the anime scene, but part of our childhood basically. 2016. So we expanded two exhibit halls. So our exhibit hall for Artist Alley and Dealer's Room is growing. So it's pretty neat. And this is one of my favorite years because then we had Takahata 101, who's the voice of Nappa from the Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Let's get down Vegeta. To business. To control. Oh wait, no, that's Piccolo. My bad. Vegeta,
Yeah, there
are
you go.
we there yet? No, Nappa, no, we're not. How about now? No, goddamn, it Nappa. Okay, sorry. So we had I think, if I can call it correctly, we had 3 musical guests. Gardendalia, and then, like 4 actually. So Gardendalia, iShine, MK, Joey Noe. And this is the first time we had Studio Trigger. So they're another returning guest this year. So neat. 2007, we reached the 12K. So we we had a lot of guests this year, and it's really neat. And Dante Bosco, by the way, even though he was our official guest for 2017, he came to Kawaii Kon in 2009 or so as kind of like an unofficial guest. Like he just came by, and then we were like, oh, if you want to sign some autographs, you can. And then they had people line up, and it was pretty cool. I really like this year's guest too, like Fugetsu. They did some really cool stuff. Like they were, like a duo. It was a duo musician group, and they had like the traditional like Japanese like instruments. So, yeah. Oh wait, I forgot. You have some videos. Okay, since we're 2017, you want to talk about this cosplay montage?
Oh,
video
yeah,
really
yeah,
quick?
sure. So, ever since 2013, I was just kind of making and documenting what goes around me. So I would just kind of like film, like random cosplayers who want to be in my video. And on 2017 was, well, for those who don't know me, I tend to overwork myself at cons, and I'm always thinking there can never be enough things that I can do. And so during this particular year, I decided to try and live stream the convention while making a cosplay montage video. And because I was so focused on the live stream, I completely forgot my main camera. And so I'm like, oh shoot, how am I gonna do this? But luckily, I had this tiny little point and shoot camera. And I was like, you know what? I think I can film in a different style, and I can't spend too much time like filming people, but I can do like a really quick like, hey, let's do something, boom, boom, boom. Okay, I gotta go because I'm live streaming. And this video kind of revolutionized my way of, oh yeah, there's me. But this video kind of revolutionized my way of how I do cosplay montages. And this actually kind of became the staple of my style. Funny enough, the transitions I used in here were the transitions I used when I was filming a mannequin challenge video. So I don't remember what year that was, but the mannequin challenge video that I made is the product of this video as well. So I hope you guys enjoy. Forgot I did that.
What was that? Wait, sorry. Did you mention it was your first cosplay montage video?
So that wasn't my first cosplay montage, but that was the first time I did a cosplay montage like that. Before I would just kind of like, like do the whole like pan this way, pan that way, going close, going back. And then this was the time when I was kind of like, I feel like I'm getting tired of doing the same format. So maybe this might be my last year of doing, cosplay stuff. And then after I did that and I put the video together, I was like, you know what? I think I found my voice again. And that's why at the end it says I'm coming out of retirement. At least I think that's what it said. Is that what it said? Yeah. Yeah, so I've technically tried to retire like 3 times, and Kawaii Kon and all the cosplay stuff keeps pulling me back in. But yeah, you guys like that?
So let's go on to 2018. It's still around the 12,000 attendee numbers, but we had a lot of guests from 2017 to 2018. I keep trying to tell myself to add put numbers in my notes, but I did not. So I'm gonna say this is like almost above 20 guests. But what's neat for this year, we had one of the guests that we've been that I wanted to get before. Where's her name? I think it's this year. No, it was last year. My bad. Yeah, I think it was last year. But anyway, so we had a good amount of guests. It was really neat. We had little Karibo. Yeah, voice of Frieza and the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged guy. what is it now? Three blue-eyed white dragon. Isn't that against the rules? Screw the rules. I have money. And it's neat how it's like one guy who voiced the whole series and stuff. So I love it.
A little bit of a humble brag. When that first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged came out, I watched it so much I memorized the entire episode from start to finish. And I could like I would just recite it with my friends over and over again. Yes.
So when he not only did Frieza but also narrated DBZA, he actually had never watched Dragon Ball at all.
Really?
Wow.
So he, when he was saying, when he's making like that's got to be an innuendo, it's because he had no idea what was going to happen because he never watched it.
That's amazing.
Wow. Crazy. Yeah, I'm trying to remember, like, if it's this year. Anyway, 2019, again, broke the 12,000 barrier, but then we had as I mentioned earlier, how we had like another like Disney type of voice actor. So we got oh gosh, brain fart, and then the name's like right there in front of me. I know it. He's like right there, Jason Marsden. He's like right there, and then my notes right here. Jason Marsden, who's the voice of Max from Goofy, the Goofy movie.
I love that movie.
Yeah, everybody loved that movie. Yeah, that like we've had him. Well, I went into a radio interview with him when we had to do radio interviews and stuff. I think it was at like 101.9 and 98.3. But they had a blast just talking to him about like what he does and doing the goofy laugh. But he's like, oh, you should do it. I'm like, and he's like, oh, good job. I'm like, oh, thanks. But he's really cool. But Aya Harano we had, and Jacob Brady, again Michael St. Nicholas, and if you guys know Vampy, she's a cosplayer that also did 2018 as well. This year, 2019, was before the pandemic, and now we had to do Kawaii Kon virtual. So something neat, I think, what we did. The person who did most of the production was me. It was my computer that ran the Twitch channel and whatnot, and getting all the people to do their panels from Discord or Zoom and whatnot. But it was a really neat time. I mean, even though the pandemic was like it sucked, of course, but it was really neat to do because to show that we are still a community, that we want to like have a convention like experience, even though we're at home and we can't do much, but just to bring people together. So like interestingly, Vivid Vision or Vicky, she was available to just pop in for a panel to talk about her life as a cosplayer during the pandemic. So that was really cool. We had people who actually cosplayed and do some photos for us, and then like we were able to get like the judge's choice from, as you can see here, the Fooly Cooly cosplayer Grace. She got first place for the judge's choice, and then we had like a local tabletop gaming group that was able to showcase their game through online, and we showcased it through Discord as well, so that people can play with them. And then we also did game night. I'm pretty sure all of you know Among Us, so I ran the game, and I apologize if I was the one who killed you or sussed you.
Very sus.
Yeah, sorry. But it was a fun time. And then in 2021, like I mentioned earlier, that was when right before the Kawaii Kon virtual, that was when Marlon passed away. So rest in peace to Marlon again. He'll be loved and missed. And then post pandemic, even though it's still on, but we wanted to get back together. And here we are, 2022, still at the convention center. And we, like, from what we had physically was 13,000. bumped up to almost 18,000. So that's really, really, really neat and like really cool. This was the first year that Demon Dice came by. So like, I guess I'm not like super familiar, but I know that her like popularity like grew through her YouTube, and I guess it was growing through through like the pandemic and stuff. And then we also had Vision again, and oh, and we had a few Japanese guests, so like Teddy Lloyd, Asuka Nano, Mika Kobayashi. Really neat that it was neat that they were able to fly out because I think Japan had those weird protocols and procedures for flying and stuff. So it was kind of tough, but we made it work, so that's good. Um, Next up is this year. So here we are, March 31st to April 2nd, which is this weekend. Who knows what the attendance will be? I mean, we have Demon Dice and Trash Taste, and then Studio Trigger again. We have our first K-pop group. Well, actually, our second K-pop group, because in I think it was 2014. Where is it? We had Pundeng E that showed up. Oh, there we go, 2016. Pundeng E was our first K-pop group, but then like this one, Pixie, is our another K-pop group that we just we're introducing to you guys, and a lot of good name guests too. Caitlin Glass is returning. Steve Bloom is returning. I know he didn't show up last year due to family emergency, but he's here now. We got Lex Lang again. We got Burnout Syndromes. We got Diana Garnett and MK, who's now known as Close the Distance. So, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of concerts this weekend. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 concerts basically. Yeah. But enough of me talking. I think if you guys, we can go around the room, or if you guys want to come up and share any of your experiences, like that you had fun with and stuff. Would you like to come up, sir?
Do you wanna use that mic stand and just put it in the front over there?
Okay. Yes, you do. Can I introduce you? Okay. So do you see that guy right there with the very nice Aloha shirt? His name is Chris. He was one of our first like events directors, and what was it, chairman? Yeah, position. And then he left sometime years ago, but he's here now as an attendee, just enjoying the show. But he has a lot of stories. I know he does, but it's okay if you don't want to share 'em. Yeah. But yeah, anybody want to just come up, share a few things, like with everybody, or any tips that you would like to leave for anybody new? Like I'm pretty sure, like some of you, those of you who are new may not know what's going on, but some of you that are like veterans and stuff might want to share some tips or share some memories.
How many people? How many of you guys? Is this your first year? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, lock the door. How is your perception of like conventions? If this is your first year coming here, like, is this what you expected, or is it bigger than what you expected? Bigger? Yeah. Even more? Nice, nice. Well, wait till Saturday. That's when everybody shows off their best cosplay.
Oh yeah. So Saturdays, for those of you who are new, Saturdays we have like the cosplay contest. So everybody that's participating is gonna bring their A game basically. So yeah, check them out. What's neat about this year too, that I should have mentioned earlier. Who here has been to the video gaming room? A couple times, yeah. So there's a big change. We split the casual gaming room, casual gaming stuff into one room, and all the esports competitive gaming upstairs into Ballroom C. So, what's it called? What's neat about the casual gaming room is that like we have this console gaming library that like if you want to play a game yourself on a a NES classic, you know, those small NES, but it also is modded with games that not on the regular one, so you can play that. Or we have arcade cabinets, which hasn't been in the video game room for a long time. We have VR, PC gaming, rhythm games like Beatmania and so forth. And then we have DDR and Rock Band. So it's not exactly like last year, but it's more flowy, I guess. And then all the tournaments are upstairs. So like the Super Smash Brothers tournament, the fighting game tournament, and the PC gaming tournament, they're all up there. So you can spectate if you're not into all that stuff. Or if you want to participate, you can go ahead and register. And yes.
Are you going to be streaming something this year?
No, I have too much stuff to do. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I stream stuff too, but there's a lot going on this year that I need to take priority over my own streaming. So yeah. Do you want me to share your other video?
Do you guys want to watch another video? Or do you want to hear more stories, or what do you guys want to do?
We're here for
Or-
about 20 more minutes. Well, less than 20 minutes, but yeah, we have. Then the hour after that will be opening ceremony.
I saw that guy cup his. He was about to say something.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I think what
It's
year is
2018.
this?
You said
2018.
Day 3 cosplay montage.
Okay. So 2018. So I had about a year of practice with my new style.
Oh, sorry.
That's me.
Huh? Oh,
Oh, that's why it's so quiet.
oh.
How do
Okay,
we-
so I switched the projector sound.
All right. So while they're figuring that
Yeah,
out,
no,
what is it that you guys?
Okay.
What's like your main priority at con? Do you guys want to primarily go to more panels, see the guests, get autographs, buy stuff in the artist alley? How many of you get? What was that? Concerts? 10 concerts. Well, we're 3 away from 10, so maybe next year you can put in the request when they say how can we improve your con experience. Just write 10 concerts. And we'll start the movement. Hashtag 10 concerts. Hashtag banana. Actually, how did that even get started? I know that it was last year that there was a banana thing. Does anybody know how the banana thing got started?
Before, I want to see if anybody knows before I say it.
Oh, one guy all the way down there. Yeah, you. Oh, I see. I see. So the memes just kind of took over. Got it. Wow. Yeah. They should have a raffle for who gets the banana. Not the money, but just the banana. 3-day-old banana.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to think opposite because it's projected this way to me. Okay.
Buddy Grand Vegeta back here. Welcome to the final day of Kawaii Kon. Yeah. Thank you. All right, everybody, that was the ending of Kawaii Kon. I will see you guys whenever that may be. Take care, everybody. Bye. That's what you guys say. Bye. Bye. Out.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
And you want to talk about that video, by the way?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so as you can see, it's quite different from the first one. That was when I started incorporating the hand transitions. And fun fact about that very last clip with all the Naruto people, I was literally jumping up those steps, because that's the one all the way down there. We did that about 5 times because I just couldn't get the camera angle right. So I'm like running and jumping up, making sure that it hits his hand, and sometimes it misses. But yeah, so there's a lot that went into that video, and I'm quite proud of how that one turned out. And if you guys see me around the convention, you know, I'll do that, and then we'll have a little bit of a montage moment, and you guys can see yourself up on YouTube, probably tonight, because I get my videos done usually the night of, or it comes out the morning after. But yeah, does anybody have any questions?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
I've gotten pretty fast at editing. Usually a video like that would take me about maybe like 4 hours. So around 8 o'clock, I'd get home, I'd upload all the files to my computer, and while that's happening, I'll eat something, and then I'll just cut and paste. You know, it's so funny because like I look at a lot of cosplay montages, and I count how many cuts and how many scenes there are, and usually there's maybe like 20, 30 scenes in a video. And I decided to try and count how many cuts I do in mine, and mine comes out to anywhere from like 120 to like almost 300 different cuts. So I'm literally just cutting and pasting, you know, for 3 days, just like every single night, cutting and pasting, upload it, go to bed, wake up at 9, rinse, repeat. And then that's not even counting the con vlogs that I upload the days after. But yeah, my turnaround time has gotten faster over the years. Any other questions? Oh, well, I can do it right now. All right. Are you guys having fun? Yeah. There we go. Done.
I have to say though, before others left, that was like the most amount of people I ever had in this panel, because I've been doing this panel for, I don't know, actually. Like, I mean, I haven't done it I think my first time doing this panel was probably in 2012 or 13 or so. So probably like 10 years or something.
Wow.
But like, it was I don't really mind how many people come in, because it's just to kind of share the love with the community, to talk story, because I know some of you may like to talk, or some of you may like to listen, and that's fine. But that's what this panel, like I said earlier, this panel is all about. I just want to gather some people around, just talk story, and bring up some nostalgia and whatnot. And then for those of you who are new, I hope you guys do create some cool memories this year. Like with a lot of us, like you might meet somebody who may be your spouse in the next few years, or maybe you'll meet somebody that will help you grow your career, or maybe you'll meet somebody that might be just somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kindred spirits.
Yeah. So, like I don't know if any of you know, but this convention, it has been part of my life for almost 20 years or so. But like, all that we do, like the people that you see with the volunteer badges, so the black badges, the red badges over there. You want to show your badge really quick? We're all volunteers. So we do this all out of love and stuff. So for you guys to appreciate and enjoy the convention throughout the weekend every year is pretty much like a blessing and an achievement for us and everything. So yeah, so thank you. We can end it now basically, but yeah, thank you so much.
Well, before we go,
Oh.
I have a quick
Oh.
word to say.
Okay.
So, little bit of history about what's been going on in the past couple of years. Life had been, with everybody going through the pandemic and stuff, life had been pretty stressful, I'd imagine, for a lot of people, right? Last year was one of the hardest years I had in pretty much my life. Like, there's a lot of crazy stuff that happened. I won't go into detail about it, but it is basically a year where I was literally pushed to my limits of stress and tolerance and just trying to like figure out life. And I remember I made a video about it. I just kind of ranted about it, about how like things were just changing in my life. My grandma and my dad were going in and out of the hospital. And it gave me a chance to kind of refocus and recenter on who I am as a person, not just like some content creating machine. I came to the convention, and was it Kawaii Kon or Comic Con? I forgot which one it was, where I remember like I was just kind of like zoning out, and you kind of came up to me.
Oh, it was last year.
Last year, yeah, it was last year. But you kind of came up to me, and you're just like, hey, I feel you. I'm getting through this. And you talked about your experiences and how things changed for you. And I just want to say, like, that was the defining moment for me to keep going. And I just want to say, like, if it wasn't for you, I don't know if I would still be doing this. I actually continued making content because of what you said and how you kind of pushed me a little bit further. And, I think that's the magic about being at conventions like this, is you never know who you might meet that can actually get you to the next step in your life. And whether it be just a friend, whether it be somebody passing by who says that they like your cosplay, you never know. And you never take anything for granted. No pun intended on my name, but you haven't heard that joke before. But yeah, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to you. This guy's awesome, by the way.
No, I'm just a regular guy. I don't know why all the fuss.
Hey,
about
not
me.
all heroes wear capes. Some of them wear banana badges.
Like him. And
Yes,
them.
like him.
Yeah.
And him.
Not
And
me.
you.
Not
And
me.
you. And you.
No, but, yeah. So again, thank you so much for being here, attending and stuff. I know there's a lot of crazy stuff that's gonna happen this weekend, but be safe about it. We all want to have fun, and if I don't know, if somebody just walked by with a sign and I just like missed it. But have a good time. Everybody else is trying to have a good time as well. If you need to take a break, there are, outside areas where you can like breathe and stuff. Well, not really. If you're not into smoking, then maybe not. But there are areas where you can go outside and just take a break and stuff. But and just some like I always do this, but some house rules. If you don't know where the bathrooms are, they're all right on the corner on the third floor. Like so. That side is the men. This side the men. That side the women. That side the men. This is the women. And then the nurse's office is right along that side between 317 and 318, or 318 and 319. The restroom downstairs are right inside the right by the escalator, or right by the office by the edge over there, or inside the X hall. And then there's restroom upstairs. Right by, if you go up the escalator, it's gonna be on your right. If you need to go for a smoke, go outside by the statue, or go right by the stairs. And yeah, sorry, I do this just so I want you guys to have a good time and know where things are. And if in case you need emergency, like I said, the nurse and stuff. Oh, one thing too. You see that guy right there with the black shirt and long hair, nice curly, wavy hair? He's one of my first Kawaii Kon friends. So in 2007, we were like, I was like, oh hey, is this the volunteer section? He's like, oh yeah. I'm like, oh cool. And then I introduced myself, my name Angel, and like, oh my name's Jason and stuff, and we just became friends. Yeah. Yeah. So we've been friends since 2007. So yeah. Anyway, sorry. Okay, so 10:55, we can end it here. In about an hour is opening ceremony. The line gets pretty long to opening ceremony, so I would recommend try to stand in line. Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys so much. You guys
Have
have
a
a
good
good day. Good.